let's talk about some of the components of marketing. So we're talking about the restaurant marketing basics, but I want to talk about one of the key components that you have to have, and that's a story. Kind of like, every restaurant has a story, either the way it came about, the way it was thought up by the owners, the way it was designed. There's a story, and you have a story, and you want to tell that story. Marketing for a restaurant, in contrary to all the marketing that we see, really needs to be people marketing to people. People buy from people. They don't buy from businesses. So whatever we've been taught in school about, branding and, you put, Goodyear on a blimp and fly it over a stadium, and somehow that translates into sales. I don't know. But I know restaurant marketing, and it starts with a person speaking to a person and communicating all the great things that you have. And a lot of times you hear about like maybe a unique selling proposition. That's like a marketing basic. And everybody has a unique selling proposition. So in your restaurant, you need to figure out what that is. Is it that you have the best cheesesteak on the planet? Is it, you have the biggest T-bone in all of Colorado? There's something that's unique about what you're doing. And you need to figure out what that uniqueness is and craft it into a message that you can put with everything. You put it with your logo. I was consulting, and I consulted for a restaurant. They had a very nice logo. It actually was a little bit more sophisticated than maybe they wanted to be. And at the end of the day, we figured out what they really were a casual family steakhouse. So we started putting that tagline with their logo, and they got a much more broader appeal to the people that they wanted to come to their restaurant. So that's just a good example of it. I mean, we all know Domino's, right? 30 minutes or less guaranteed, or it's free. And that gave them huge market share. They were able to dominate everybody else delivering pizza because they thought about how to communicate what they were doing very effectively. They didn't mention anything about having great pizza, or it even being hot when it got there, but they talked about how they could get it there in 30 minutes or less. So think about your unique selling proposition, but even more importantly, think of your story. And put your story in your menu, put your story in your marketing. As much as we think that our logo is important, it's only really important to us because we designed it or we were part of that. So your logo is important to you because you put time and energy in it, but the reality is that the story and what you can communicate about yourself, your restaurant, your people, your food is much more important to the guests and your future guests that you want to attract to you. So make sure that you have a really good story, it's compelling, and it comes from the heart. That's my tip for today. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to receive 20 more of the top questions that people ask me about the restaurant business, and you can also get a copy of my free report, How to Make Any Restaurant into a Super Powerful Cash Machine, which has 10 secrets not included in any of the videos about the characteristics of a successful restaurant owner, go to restaurantgoldmine.com. That's restaurantgold, GOLD, MINE.com.